Welcome, everyone. My name is Ava Schneider. I am a Diamond Wellness Advocate with my husband. I live in Dallas and I have been teaching oils for a long time. It is coming up on 12 years now, and I have been through Diamond Club 3 times. I teach all about natural health care and how to use oils to manage your hormones and the balance within your body. So, some quick facts here as we go into our love and hormones class. Thank you for being here. Americans report that they have sex once a week. And however, the average around the world is every 3 days. So, Americans, we seem to be overworked, overtaxed, and our brains are not focused on one another. It might have to do with lack of exercise. Did you know that couples that snuggle and cuddle regularly, 8 times or more, are likely to be more or 8 times more happy than couples that do not cuddle? And did you know that 90% of people said that their satisfaction problems were psychological, so not physical? We're going to go into both of those tonight. Did you know that couples that have morning sex have studied to live longer? So, really important to get after it in the morning. And that 67% of women report that they fake satisfaction regularly. I thought that was a very interesting fact. Um, Also, I've found this very interesting. Men who help with the housework tend to have more sex, and they also report being more satisfied with their sex lives. So, if you want to ask your man to help you with the dishes, help you with the laundry, help you with the stuff around the house, you can burn 200 calories every half hour during active sex. Thought that was really interesting. So, what we're going to talk about tonight are uh, 4 areas of solutions that we can focus on. First, being hormone balance. The second, being circulation within our bodies and our partners. And third, the desire that we have. And finally, we're going to talk through energy. So, as we dive in here, let's talk about how to balance our hormones naturally. We find that men look at sex as a physical process. It's the issues that they most likely report, they're not aroused. There's a lack of circulation, and then there's a lack of testosterone or progressive estrogen dominance. We're going to talk through each one of these. So, women report that they look at sex as an emotional piece. They report 3 different issues: that they're not appreciated, they do too much, that they lack desire, usually because of energy, and third, that they lack estrogen. So, this is a lack of estrogen, especially when we get into our mid 40s. We find that the hormone imbalance can be a little bit more drastic. Now, you're going to find this all along our lives as we age. You do have fluctuations in your estrogen all throughout your monthly cycles when you're ovulating. But as we go through menopause, we really go into a decline for progesterone and estrogen. So, when we look at hormone balances and hormone basics, I want to talk about what the difference is because a lot of people have asked me about synthetic hormones and progesterone supplements, creams. When we talk about essential oils, we're talking about the most natural plant based options that we have. These are compounded to make us feel more balanced. These are naturally absorbed into the body with herbs and oils and supplements, meaning nutrients and vitamins. When we look at bioidentical hormones, we are talking about a synthetically produced, um, I guess it's not necessarily, it's a naturally synthetic. So it can be quite expensive. You've got to test your blood quite frequently, and you do transfer that bioidentical hormone to your partner. So that is something to consider when you're looking at oils and herbs versus a bioidentical hormone. When people have patches, it's usually bioidentical. When they have pellets, it's normally bioidentical. Synthetics come into the effect of shots. So when you're shooting with like a testosterone, or if you're taking synthetic progesterone at night, those can be cheap. They can overload your body and they can cause cancer. So we want to be aware when you talk with your doctor, when you look into this more thoroughly, you're talking about whether it is bioidentical, whether it's synthetic, or whether it's a natural herb or oil. We're going to be focusing on the most basic tonight. We're going to be talking about how to balance hormones in our body naturally with herbs, oils, and supplements. So, the first basic that we're going to come to is how to stimulate hormone balancing in men. And this is a ancient formula for sandalwood, clary sage, and ylang ylang. And this is topical for men over their abdomen. You can tell with men as they start to lose hair that they are either, I mean, they follically challenged, of course, but that you can tell that the hormones are out of balance as well when you talk about how the what am I saying? I'm saying the muscle structure comes from the chest and it moves down toward the belly. So that comes through a lack of balance with estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, those three main hormones. So using this formula helps to boost the natural balance of testosterone and estrogen within men. This is to be diffused. You can also take this internally. I like it topical over the lower abdomen. So you're getting right into the sex hormones, you're getting right into the sex organs, right over the lower abdomen. Big fan as we go through this presentation about applying essential oils over your lower abdomen. Now let's talk about progressive estrogen dominance. This is when you see the larger belly coming through on the older man. And you see this even more into kids in their 30s and 40s are becoming progressively more estrogen dominant. As we have more preservatives in our food, we actually have less exercise happening overall as Americans. So you see this progressive estrogen dominance coming in younger and younger. And the great formula for helping to balance out the estrogen dominance is a basil, clove, lemongrass, and thyme. And like I said, applying this over the lower abdomen, you can also make this into a diffusing blend and you can take it into a veggie cap internally every day. So these are basic ways to overcome progressive estrogen dominance. Now let's look at hormone basics for women. We're talking about balancing estrogen and increasing blood flow. This is a great oil, clary sage. It's not a blend, it is a single oil that you apply inside your thighs for dryness. You can also apply it onto the back of your neck before you go to sleep. This is going to help with those night sweats. It helps with balancing progesterone and estrogen, testosterone together. Studies have shown that clary sage is very helpful for women going through change in life, and especially if you're experiencing dryness. I encourage people to use Whisper. Whisper is what I describe as get the bitch out. It is a blend for women. It is made with cinnamon and lamnium, vetiver, Hawaiian sandalwood, rose, lang ylang, bergamot, vanilla. It smells amazing. A lot of people will apply this to behind their ears and on their pulse points for perfume. But I learned when I was doing Diamond Club for the second time that one of the most impactful ways to apply Whisper is behind your knees. This really helps with balancing mood swings and estrogen. I encourage people to really look into the Women's Health Kit for hormone balancing. This together, these three together balance out over 38 different hormone levels in women. It's great for mood swings, for menstrual cramps. Like I said, when we hit that first part of the menstrual cycle, we start to have a huge decline, a drop in estrogen. So taking phytoestrogen, I give this to my 18-year-old daughter, phytoestrogen and the bone nutrient together. For every 2 phytoestrogen, you're going to take 4 bone nutrient. And then this Clary Calm blend has a lot of clary sage, geranium. It is really good for putting along your abdomen, right along your ovaries, especially if you're getting menstrual cramps. If you find that your hair is falling out during menopause, apply this to your hairline. I like to use it for hot flashes. I find that it balances out my need to, take a peppermint internally. I like to take Clary Calm behind my neck. This is a really good way. When your body is talking with you, it is communicating via your temperature regulation, through your mood, through your nails, through your skin, through your hair. It is communicating with you. So you're listening to your body, you're supplementing your body naturally. Phytoestrogen is a great plant-based way to help to balance out your hormone levels. You will never overload your body with phytoestrogen. Your body takes what it needs from this plant-based estrogen. It is organic, it is all natural, and it is really, really good to use with the bone nutrient. Not only are you getting calcium and magnesium, you're also getting biotin. And there's a lot of different biotin. We know biotin is quite cheap on the market. We use a biotin that is really natural that helps to blend with the calcium and magnesium so you get the maximum absorption, especially with that phytoestrogen. So taking them together, like I said, the 2 phytoestrogen with the 4 capsules of the bone nutrient daily. I encourage my clients to take this at night if they can remember. If they're not a nighttime pill taker, then take it in the morning or take it when you remember. It's always the best time to take it. Let's talk now about circulation. Now, this is a really impactful way to affect love and hormones by getting the maximum amount of blood flowing throughout your body. As we age, we start to find that our blood vessels start to shrivel. That's when you see like varicose veins. You rarely see a varicose vein on a 20-year-old person. You see this on an older person. It's because our bodies are craving more circulation. It's almost like we have a time that our veins, are ticking on, and as our veins start to age, we become less likely to have great circulation. So, cypress is one of those oils that I encourage people, especially if there is erectile dysfunction, to try cypress on the lower abs and the inner thighs. If you are not getting enough blood flow to the area of concern, start with cypress. Cypress is a great way to help with opening up blood vessels. It is great for cellulite. It is also great for headaches. It helps to really open up that blood vessel. And then there's Aroma Touch. Aroma Touch is a cypress blend. It's got peppermint, marjoram, basil is great for adrenal fatigue, grapefruit is great for dissolving fat in your body, and lavender is great for blood circulation as well. So Aroma Touch can be a little bit more spicy, so keeping that away from genitals, but also putting it onto the area of concern. So you're going to need it near your inner thighs. You're going to need it on your lower abs. I know this is the massage blend. I carry it everywhere with me. I put a top on mine like this, a roller top, a fitment. And so I encourage people to use it all over their lower abs. I roll it all over my neck. It is an incredible way to get a little massage in the bottle. Then there's balance. If you have ever donated blood and they find trouble finding a vein, balance is going to be your friend. Balance works so quickly to aid in areas of blood flow. When you have issues with erectile dysfunction, balance is a blend that really helps to get the blood flowing. So, applying this onto your lower abs, applying this onto your inner thighs, you can also put it onto your lower back. I start my day with balance. I start all my yoga classes with balance. It is a really good way to ground yourself and stop the spiraling, stop the spiral thinking. A lot of times when we talk about circulation, we are also talking about circulation of our mind. So we are really thinking about other things beyond what is going on right there in front of us with our significance. So I encourage people to really get grounded with the cypress, with aroma touch, and with balance. Another way to boost your metabolism and improve circulation is a MetaPower soft gel. So, this is 5 distinct oils that are blended and already formulated into a soft gel. It is grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon. These are all formulated to help your body to improve your metabolism, to get your blood pumping. It helps with energy, it helps with appetite control, it makes you feel younger. You are getting a stimulant, a diuretic. It is calorie free, and it is great for boosting your metabolism. So if you are struggling with circulation, this is where I would start people, is to take that MetaPower every single day. Try to take it in the morning, try to take it in the afternoon, and if you can even stomach it through the evening, do it in the evening. Do it with your meals. Do it before you work out. I am a big believer in MetaPower. Now let's talk about desire. So we've talked about circulation, and we've talked about hormone balancing. Now we're going to hit that desire. So this is actually getting more into your mind. Okay, the essential oils I say they are the best aphrodisiac there ever was. They're affecting your mood, your thought, your feelings, via your olfactory nerves. So it's really impactful when you start to think about setting the mood and getting right for Valentine's Day to smell the oils. I have some great advice on my favorites. I am a Valentine's baby. I have been with my husband for 27 years. I feel like I am quite the expert when it comes to using essential oils in the bedroom. I've been teaching this class for over 10 years. And I do this because the essential oils work so well with our limbic brain, our emotional brain. They're responsible for our sexual behavior, our memory, our sexual response. So if you are struggling with desire, let's say you've been together a long time, maybe there's just not a lot of attraction anymore, you are going to want to lean into your oils. These are the best aphrodisiac there ever was. So let's first go into the bedroom. We're going to set the mood and be intentional. We're going to set up the diffuser. We're going to mist the sheets. Consider a lubricant if you are struggling with dryness. I encourage people to use geranium. We have had a recent discovery, so to say, Denise, with geranium. And we're calling this the flower power oil, if you can understand what I'm saying by the flower. And I want you to encourage yourself to have some fun. Maybe it's been a while since you actually were intentional about being alone with your partner, and you need to set the mood. You need to be intentional, and you need to have fun. If there's something that you were thinking, maybe it's a fantasy, or maybe it's, like I said, maybe it's just getting old and tired and stale. Maybe you guys need to go to a restaurant and pick each other up at a bar and pretend you don't know each other. Whatever you are into, I encourage you to be intentional and set the mood. Set the mood for the night, set the mood for the bedroom. Don't just leave it up to chance. If you leave it up to chance, chances are nothing is going to happen. So being intentional is where it is at for this love season. So I have some specific blends that I like to diffuse. I like balance by, or so I like passion by itself, just a few drops in the diffuser by the bedside. I also like ylang ylang, sandalwood, patchouli, and cinnamon all together. If you don't have balance, I mean, if you don't have balance, if you don't have passion, maybe we need to try that balance and passion together. Obviously, that's what's coming out. I also like to scent my sheets. So this is taking ylang ylang, sandalwood, bergamot, lime, and ginger all together in a spray bottle with water and setting your sheets. So just spraying your sheets down on your pillows and your comforter, and it'll be with you all night long. We've recently been promoting this beautiful hydrating body mist. It is really good for, um, like I said, if you are experiencing dryness, giving yourself a little bit more glide. It is an effortless feeling. I've recently been trying it with a drop of geranium to add an extra little boost, and it is fantastic. I can report back that this is a great combo. So spray yourself down and go to town. That's what I encourage you to do. Here is an aphrodisiac massage blend. It is ylang ylang, geranium, cinnamon, ginger, lemongrass, and peppermint. You add those oils into a 1 ounce spray bottle, and with fractionated coconut oil, you can apply directly to the genitals. Now, keep in mind that this is 1 drop, and this is 1 ounce, so you can apply this directly. This is really good for helping to reach areas of satisfaction. Then I've got a few specific oils that I love for getting in the mood. Ylang ylang is one of those oils that flower that's harvested in Madagascar. It is a very rich oil. It is super, super um, stimulating, and it is great for massaging inside your thighs, and you can apply it neat or diluted to the area of concern. I like to take the bottle and just put my finger just directly on the top, not even drip it, and apply it directly onto, let's just call it your flower. I have encouraged my friends, my Bible study over the years. I have sold many bottles of Lang Ylang because it works. It is so impactful on the area of concern. I encourage you to try it neat. Now we're going to go to geranium. Geranium is one of those oils that has recently come up in discussions and blogs, and it is powerful. We're calling this the flower power oil. It is great for so many different things. But when we're talking about tapping the bottle, like I said, just put your finger onto the reducer top, applying it to the area of concern. You can use it with fractionated coconut oil if you like, or you can just try it neat. It is not a hot oil. It really does work, and it is good for achieving climax. Let's talk about other things that you can do. It's more than a climax mechanism. It is the oil of love and trust. It is also free in the month of February within a 200 PV order. It is incredible oil for varicose veins, for hormone balancing and fatigue, blood sugar regulation, for PMS, for hair growth, putting it into your hands and putting it all through your hair, endometriosis, scars and burns, eczema, broken hearts, excessive emotions. If you are feeling out of control or if your girlfriend is going through heartbreak, talk with her about geranium. Make her a blend, bring it over. It is good for acne, applying it directly onto teenagers. It is good for gallstones, and it is good for satisfaction. I will attest to that. It comes this month for free with a 200 PV order and a castor oil pack. This is applied over the right side of your body. So, putting about 2 tablespoons of castor oil and 1 or 2 drops of geranium, or maybe you're going for that Revitazine if you're in the 90-day reset, and applying this directly onto the right side. So, you want to strap it on. You can keep it on overnight. Some people like to keep it on for just an hour. And you don't have to wash this. I was reading with doTERRA today. You do not necessarily have to wash this every time. You can keep that castor oil pack and then just reapply the castor oil directly onto it, and maybe 5, 10 times over your liver, and then you can wash it. So that is for free this month. So get that for sure. Castor oil is also for free with our month 2 90-day reset. So you can get free castor oil pack, and free geranium this month. Let's go to passion. I mentioned this briefly when I was talking about diffusing. I also like to apply it for inspiring you to get into the mood. So, this is a great blend that includes cardamom and ginger, clove, vanilla, jasmine, sandalwood, and cinnamon. You can apply it to your pulse points, apply it before you go out at night, and apply it to your inner thighs. It really does help with circulation, it helps with desire, and it helps to boost creativity. This is one that's recently come up. This is from Jen Krupa. This is her husband approved recipe for the Turning Heads rollerball. It is for a desired effect, right? It's inspiring you to be in the mood. It is vanilla, jasmine rose, ylang ylang, sandalwood, black pepper. Black pepper is also a great way to improve circulation. Cinnamon is also a great way to improve circulation. So you can see there's a lot of vanilla in it. There is cinnamon, just a little bit of cinnamon in it. You're going to top this off with coconut or jojoba oil. You're going to put this onto your pulse points, inner thighs, and like I said, I like hormone oils behind the knees. So if you're looking for a husband-approved recipe to turn his head, this is your blend. Let's talk finally about increasing your energy. We can use essential oils. I also like to use nature. When we talk about boosting our energy, we are usually because we are ungrounded. So I know it is cold, but you have the opportunity to still take off your shoes, to grip in your toes, and to ground yourself into the earth. It does not take that long. You can take a 5-minute walk. Research shows that this is stronger than any antidepressant. Getting the wind in your face is actually studies show to balance your hormones. So if you can just get a brisk walk in every single day, you're going to find that you have more energy again and again and again. Believe me, this is absolutely the case. This is absolutely true. Get outside, get the wind on your face, get some sun on your face. It is incredible for boosting your natural energy. Next, it is great to drink about 6 to 8 bottles of water, half of your body weight in ounces of water every single day. This is a very unknown energy boost. People think that yes, they are flushing out. Yes, you are helping your metabolism, you're helping your circulation, but you're also boosting energy in the process. So make sure that you've got 6 to 8 bottles of water every single day. If you don't know how much you need, it is half of your body weight in ounces of water. Let's talk about my biggest finds for energy. This is getting to that place of satisfaction. I have depended on Mito 2 Max on the daily. It is part of our 90-day reset for a reason. It is great for getting that alpha carnitine boosted in your body. It is great for focus. It's got coenzyme Q10. Um, we have really done a great formulation of this with natural ginseng to help to boost your stamina, boost your energy, and it is evergreen. It continues to give throughout the day. It's not just a caffeine pre-workout one and done type of boost, this one off. It is a sustained stamina and energy. It is great to take in the morning. It's great to take in the afternoon. If you're feeling this 2, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. shutdown, I would encourage you to put some Aroma Touch onto your kidneys. basal oil onto your kidneys and to take your Mito2 Max. If you're feeling that 2, 3, 4 in the morning, you are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed awake in your bed at 2, 3 in the morning, it is your adrenals that are fatigued and they need to be reset. Also, if you are into that slump at 2 to 4 in the afternoon, that is adrenal fatigue as well. So, taking this early in the morning and taking this in the afternoon is a really good natural boost to get to that place of satisfaction where you have more energy. Let's talk about MetaPower. We talked about the soft gels. Let's talk about the blend itself. So, taking this into your water, putting this into your diffuser. I like to put it with fractionated coconut oil on my body after a shower in the morning. It is great to boost your energy levels. If you're regulating your metabolism, you're also boosting your energy. If you're regulating your energy, you're going to get to that place of satisfaction faster. So, I encourage people to use MetaPower all throughout the day into their water. It is 5 simple oils and it is really good for boosting your energy. Citrus Bliss is a great way to get to that place of satisfaction as well. It is wild orange and lemon, grapefruit, mandarin. It's got that hint of vanilla at the end, the clementine and tangerine, bergamot. It's like a hug for your body. It's the invigorating blend. If you're waking people up in the morning, set it up the diffuser and let people smell this in your family first thing in the morning. It is great for uplifting your mood, for reducing stress, and for setting that cheerful tone all throughout the day. Great for energizing the body. So, sex and satisfaction are vital parts of us. We find that when we ask for what we want, it is more likely that we will get what we want. So, instead of saying you, I encourage you to say I. I would like to try this. I am into this. I want to experiment with that. I am thinking this. I would like to take you on a date. I would like to meet you at a bar. I would like to. It is something that you can take effect right now. You can set the mood for Valentine's Day. We have got like we're going up on 13, 14 days until Valentine's Day. I encourage people to have a plan to take control of your sex and your satisfaction. They are vital parts of us and ask for what you want. So, we've talked about 4 distinct ways to help your body and support your body naturally. Hormone balancing is my key. Circulation is imperative. If you have problems with desire, I encourage you to try different ways to affect your own desire. Think about it like going into a lab, doing a science experiment. What is actually going to work with your body chemistry to turn the switch to turn it on? I'm not saying it's solving all the problems. I am saying that we are looking at a boost. We are looking at a boost in energy. We're trying to get to a more energetic platform. We are also trying to balance our hormones, increase our circulation, and by so increasing our desire and satisfaction. So, thank you so much for having me to teach this class for love and hormones. I appreciate you being so patient. And I hope that you apply these before Valentine's Day. And actually, I hope you apply them all year long.